privilege to have with us our chief guest, Mr. Lalit Saraswat. On behalf of the principal and staff, I extend a very warm welcome to the chairperson of the working committee of the PTA, other working committee members, parents and special guests. 13th January 2023 will be a special day for us at the Gera School, as the first batch of students leave us after successfully completing their 2-year IGCSE program. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, the IGCSE class of 2023, in their school formals and graduation attire, will now take their place on stage. One of the many stages they will walk on in the great pageant of life. Our first IGCSE batch mirrors the diversity of school in the varied cultures and backgrounds, but united in this that they are warm, talented, well-behaved and responsible. Students, please be seated. The flame of the lamp symbolizes knowledge. The lighting of the lamp signifies the dispelling of the darkness of ignorance and prejudice. We request the chief guest, Mr. Saraswat, our principal, Mr. Joseph, Ms. Deirdre Gokhale, Ms. Cheryl Afonso, and Ms. Hetal Gangani to light the lamp. Students of the batch of 2023, the lamp is being lit for you. May the flame be always alive in you. May you always burn with honest passion and a zest for life. Make beautiful your world and the worlds of those you impact. Thank you. What might life be but a dull daily round if we seek not to make things better each day, even if incrementally? To paraphrase Tennyson, these students, whom we hope are of one equal temper of heroic hearts, will also be strong in will and will strive, seek, find, and not yield. I call upon Natalie Morera to sing that lovely song of inspiration and aspiration, Reach.
distance this time. Seeing more, the higher I climb. That the more I believe, or the more that this dream will be mine. If I could reach higher, just for one moment touch the sky. For that one moment in my life, I'm gonna be stronger. I know that I tried my very best. I put my spirit to the test. If I could
Thank you, Napoli. That was beautiful. May the words and the lovely melody stay with us for long. Mr. Lalit Saraswat is a serial entrepreneur. He's a CEO of Sangwal Technologies, a trusted digital marketing company, distributor, and hotelier. He is a former chairman of the Confederation of Indian Industry Goa and an advisor to numerous startups and educational institutions. He is a BE Honours from REC Jaipur and has attended courses at IIM Ahmedabad and IIM Bangalore. Mr. Saraswat is passionate about education, female financial independence, and student entrepreneurship. Mr. Saraswat is also an artist who paints with acrylics on canvas and tweets as @Saraswat Lalit. May we request Mr. Saraswat to please address the graduating IGCSE batch of 2023.
Hi friends, and hi to all of you. Congratulations, end of one part of your journey. Yeah. So it's nice. I'm actually addressing you guys, not them as much. Yeah. Please bear with me when I play ping pong between you all. Right. So how many of you have decided what you want to do in the future? Good. The others are like me. Yeah. Hats off to you guys if you've decided. It's okay to make course corrections during your journey, and don't come under too much of pressure to take that firm decision right now and never change that for the rest of your life. But basically move ahead. Right? Great. So for those of you over here and over there, it's a very complex world out there, right? Everything in the world is changing. So there's a wonderful term for this called VUCA. That's a volatile and ambiguous and complex world and uncertain world that's changing out there. And what happens when you get out of college or get out of school is you have no idea what the syllabus is going to be. Here you have pretty much in control of, okay, you've got a test coming up and you have to study these 4 chapters or these 8 chapters and these 3 subjects. What about life? You have no idea what that's going to throw at you, right? Okay, a quick show of hands. How many of you have used Google to give answers? Get answers for that assignment? Even the teachers can raise hands. Yeah? Because saas bhi kabhi bahu thi, everybody is in the same boat. Right? So you know that you've used more of Google than your previous generation has. There's no doubt about it. Right? Does that mean you know it all? Something new is on the block. That'll keep happening. How many of you have heard of Chat GPT? How many of you have used it for your assignments? Nobody yet. So see, you're already obsolete. Does that feel good? Your grandparents were always tough with technology. Getting your grandparents to use technology was always tough. In the case of the elders over here, getting your parents to use technology was always tough. And some of you can say, "Yaar, I have the same problem." But technology is changing so rapidly. If you've not used Chat GPT, then do it. Do it right now. It is AI. The kind of answers it throws at you is mind-boggling. So I met ma'am who's a nutritionist. You can use it to create a diet plan specifically for vegetarian in 10 seconds. 10 seconds, ma'am. Right? You may disagree with some of the answers, but then it's AI. AI basically depends on the quantity of data that you train it with, and with the amount of data that people are throwing at it right now, it's learning and learning very fast. What that means is the kind of answers that you get today and the kind of answers that you get after 3 months or 3 years is going to be massively different. So the key point, and you have the advantage of age with you right now, to deal with this uncertain world is to be curious, to be lifelong curious. For the elders over here, how many of you started using computers after you graduated? All of us. All of us who are above a certain age started using computers after we graduated. Option nahi tha, pehle tha hi nahi. If somebody says that, no, I used computers earlier, you have to say, boss, it's okay. We know what you're talking about. So if you're lifelong curious, and you'll have to keep on learning new things on your own, because like I said, life doesn't come with a syllabus. How many of you use the mobile phone or technology to learn something new? And I'm talking of those above a certain age right now, beyond school. How many of the teachers learn on your own using technology? How many of you learn on Coursera? How many of you learn on Udemy and whatever? How many of you learn a language on Duolingo? Fantastic, you're my friends. So it's a journey that you're entering now, a new phase of life that you're entering now, where unlike here, where you've got a wonderful, caring set of teachers and the teacher to student ratio must be very, very healthy over here, but that's not always going to be the case. Which goes on to the second point that I want to talk about, that this was a cocoon that you're living in. If you're going on to go to another university, another college, another country, right, you're suddenly going to be facing hundreds of students who've competed very hard to get there, right? And what happens when somebody has been competing very hard to get there? Your competition has been usually restricted to your school, and that's always the case. For every school child, the competition is always at school. So you've got a school with 100 people, 500 people, you're competing against 500 people. Here, you've got a smaller number, but high quality students, right? The moment you cross and go there, competition is going to get that much harder. I don't know how much harder, but it's probably going to be 10x. Does that mean it's bad? No, it's not. All of you have the advantage of being with a lovely set of teachers, and you have the advantage of having above average IQ. But in addition to IQ, I'm sure the kind of talks that I've had with Principal Sir is not only do you have a higher IQ than average, you also have an above average EQ. Right? And I'm sure your teachers are taking good care of that. But the moment you get out in the world outside, you'll have to up your game. You'll have to work that much harder. Most of you. Right? How many of you are planning to go abroad? How many of you are planning to start your own business? You can also raise your hands here. I'm sorry, I'll keep shuttling between them and you all. How many of you plan to go abroad? It's a common question for both of you. How many of you plan to start your own business? I love these guys. It takes courage to do that, and I'm proud of you. How many of you plan to go in for a government job? Compliments, sir. I don't have a single show of hands. It's very different when I go to some other colleges. Right? How many of you want to be in the government or be the government and change the world? I've got one show of hand. Okay, very good. Half hands. Only half hands. Make a full-fledged effort. Raise your hand fully. Good. Whatever you do, it will require a lot of hard work. There's no option around that, right? And the third point, of course, is consistency. If you want to get ahead in life, you'll have to be kind of consistent. Whatever field you're choosing, you may make some changes here and there because technology is changing very fast, the world is changing very fast. But kind of you have to have your compass which tells you that that is my true north. That's the big problem that I'm looking to solve. So while you're looking at, you want to do, I don't know what, engineering, arts, history, economics, whatever field you may have chosen, entrepreneurship, whatever field you've chosen. But I hope some of you are looking at that this is the big problem that I'm looking to solve. Have any of you got that aha moment yet? That this is the problem I want to solve in life? Something that hurts you, something that you don't like, something that you see every time and you feel like saying that, okay, this requires some solution. I don't have the solution yet, but I know I'm going to get at it. Any of you? One hand. Okay. Any of you here? Whatever is that problem that you've identified, go all out and attack it. And choose, get jobs along the way which kind of take you in that direction. Get education along the way that takes you in that direction. Because if you've kind of figured out the problem you want to solve and you don't have the solution yet, it doesn't matter if you have the solution or not. It matters whether you have the grit and resilience to keep on hitting at that problem till you get it right. Right? Great. So, I think I'm kind of done with my 10 minutes, sir. But all the best to all of you on this side of the stage. All the best to all of you. I'm sure you'll do great in life. It doesn't matter whether you're a chatur or a rancho. But kind of make sure that you go back to the world, try and solve the big problem that you're looking to solve. Be a happy child, be a happy adult, and in whatever way you can, change the world. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, sir, for your profound words and for enlightening our grade 10 students about their responsibilities. We request the principal to join Mr. Saraswat on stage. The valedictorian is traditionally the student who attains the highest cumulative marks in class, a difficult feat that requires perseverance, months and years of diligence and integrity. This year, this prestigious award has been won by Omkar Rani. We request Mr. Saraswat and Mr. Joseph to present Omkar with the Valedictorian Award. Thank you, Mr. Saraswat and Mr. Joseph. May I call upon Omkar to deliver the valedictorian's address.
Good afternoon, Mr. Saraswat, Mr. Joseph, coordinators, staff, and my fellow students. It gives me immense honor to be here today to receive this award and to speak of experiences this small batch of 10 students share. We have spent very important years of our lives here. In an attempt to sum it all up, I would actually like to circle back to the beginning, to where the foundation of what we are today was laid. We began our journey as an online class of 4 students, during a time when the experience of going to a school was completely missed out on. However, we battled through it. We stood strong and marched past every difficulty that blocked our path. The bonds that we formed through our 13-inch screens were stronger than if we were a foot apart physically. Always being tasked with fun activities, interacting with other classes, combining co-curricular activities and much more on a screen while looking after our well-being all made an exceptional adventure where we sailed along smoothly with the rough winds kept at bay. On first being told the opportunity of attending regular school, we were delighted. However, leaving cozy corners at home was easier than expected as we were eased into offline school. We are grateful to all our teachers who inspired us to wake up every day at 6 a.m. to come to school. Holidays were not really welcome anymore because the school day was, in comparison, just more fun and enjoyable. Being the senior most, we were the exemplars for others, and the school managed to strike a sense of responsibility while not making us feel pressurized. We were not completely sheltered. We were given a glimpse of what to expect later on and made to deal with situations. The Student Council is an elaborate example of just that. We were never forced, but rather encouraged to indulge in new experiences, and the school ensured that the exposure was loved by the students while still being a learning moment. Our individuality was truly nurtured here. Even though we could not physically go anywhere, we were taken on an insightful trip, deep into ourselves, our thoughts, and our heart. At the Kerala school, we were shaped as individuals. The focus was not on making us study or excel academically, but on being molded into remarkable humans, with us as our only benchmark, to be better than ourselves and not to envy others. For me and for all of us here, I wish us to be outstanding in whatever we aim to be. I hope that we utilize everything that TGS has tried to inculcate in us, everything that we have been equipped with, and take a leap into this world ahead. While we become triumphant in our own ways, we remember that our roots, we stay humble and forgiving. We learn to weather every storm and yet realize that sometimes the solution is not in fighting the problem, but in embracing it and learning from it. To quote Paulo Coelho, the secret of life is to fall 7 times and to get up 8 times. For what we have turned into today and for giving us the strength to achieve our aims, we thank you, TGS.
Thank you, Omkar, for such beautiful and inspiring words. I request our principal, Mr. Joseph, and our IGCSE coordinator, Ms. Deirdre Gokhale, to please come on stage. The Spirit of TGS Award is given for demonstrating the values of our school in thought, word, and deed. I request Mr. Joseph and Ms. Deirdre Gokhale to present the award to Omkar Rani. Congratulations, Omkar. May you shine in the firmament, true and constant and bright, doing yourself proud and those whose lives are intertwined with yours. I now request the principal to address us.
Graduating students of grade 10, Mr. Saraswat, coordinators, parents, members of staff, students of grade 6 to 9, special guests, a very good afternoon to all of you. A special day for us, and a special day for you. I'm not sure how you feel. Maybe it'll all register in weeks and months ahead. We've lost 2 years with you, but I'm glad that with this last year has been offline and you have been with us and been able to grow and help us grow as well. So Tara, Lucius, Johan, Aman, Agastya, Evan, Kabir, Omkar, Mantra and Parisha. I wish you on behalf of all of the management, all your staff, all categories of staff, on behalf of all your peers, on my own behalf, I wish you the very, very best as you leave TGS. Congratulations to your parents and guardians who've been with you and your support system and got you thus far. It's not easy raising children, and you've done splendidly. It's not easy educating them, so congratulations to you and all our staff. I'm sure you've had your run-ins with teachers. I'm sure you've had your highs and lows. But when you leave, you will put aside all that can be kept aside and take what endures, what is good for you forward. That's why the letter says, "I stand on the cusp of a new life, looking back with affection." And you move forward. I know you're not, normally this kind of speech would be given, address would be given to some of those who are leaving 12 and moving into college, where you're more or less on your own. In school, 10 people are there if there's a problem. In college, you won't have that many running to your aid. You're expected to solve problems yourself. So yes, but you've taken all that you've learned here, here means here and at home and everywhere else, and life beckons. And so the third line says, looking forward with courage and hope, and I wish you that, those two as well. One of the things you will find, I don't know what school you will join, whether here or outside Goa and outside India, but one of the things that you will realize as you get older and there's more freedom given to you, more autonomy given to you, is that you make choices. And that's important because life is sometimes determined by the choices we make. I'll tell you two stories that I read in a book called, I think, Soul Stories. I don't know if I've told you them before, but they merit re-narration if I've told you them before. A samurai warrior goes to a Zen master and says, "Master, can you tell me the difference between heaven and hell? If there is a difference." The Zen master looks up and says, "Oh, you're a samurai warrior. Really? You don't look one. And you stink." The samurai warrior let out a low growl and put his hand on his sword. And the Zen master says, "Oh, you've got a sword. I didn't know that. Looking at you, I figured it must be pretty rusty." And the samurai was enraged. And he pulled out his sword, and there it stood quivering and gleaming while the samurai warrior breathed heavily. And the Zen master said, "Here open the gates of hell." And the samurai warrior took a while to understand what he was saying, digest it. And then his gaze was cast down, and then he sheathed his sword again. And the Zen master said, "Here open the gates of heaven." We can make heaven or hell of our worlds by the choices we make. And we always have choices. Most times we always have a choice. It's just that we don't exercise that choice. We're too scared. We'll attribute a dozen reasons or more for the choices we make, for the courses we take. But many times we don't have the courage to do what we know to be right. Right by ourselves, right by others. Sometimes it's about our own natures and about what we feed. We want to, yielding to temptation is fun, right? That's the only time they say losing is fun, when you yield to temptation. I'll tell you the second story from this book, Soul Stories. A man tells his friend, "I have two dogs inside me who fight. One a short-haired one a long-haired one. And I always know which one will win." It's the short-haired one. The friend was curious and said, how do you know the short-haired one will always win? He said, that's the one I feed. And you will also, we all have dogs inside us, right? Dogs of temptation, dogs of greed, of ambition, of lust, of avarice, covetousness, anger, jealousy. What dog do we feed? What is it that you will allow yourselves to give attention to? Because what you give attention to, that takes focus in your life. So what are the big blocks in your life? What are the big important things in your life to which you will give attention? Ask yourselves, do I give attention to what's important or not? Which dogs am I feeding? Because that dog's going to win. In life, Mr. Saraswat talked about life, and I'm not going to repeat any of the words of his nuggets of wisdom. But you are, as he said, make a difference, right? You're going to be asked. You were born here with a purpose. Sometimes we don't find our purpose. We have to create it. And it's incumbent, it's a noblesse oblige, because we have the privileges that we have. It is incumbent on us to make a difference because we have what so many others don't. We have talents, we have resources, we have opportunities. And your fourth and fifth line say, after it says, look forward with courage and hope. I press toward the mark for the high calling of being my true, authentic self. And you will be asked to be your authentic self. And I'd just like to spend a few minutes on authenticity. Who are authentic people, or who lead authentic lives? Well, first of all, people who lead authentic lives are people who are self-aware. They know their strengths, they know their limitations, they know their weaknesses. They say there are three sides to a person: the person who he is, the person who he pretends to be, the person who he is, and the person that others think him or her to be. The trick is to merge it all, so that you're not a pretense. You're not one side at home and another side with your colleagues and another person completely different with when you're there by yourself looking in the mirror. At all times you have integrity. You have a value system that shapes your philosophy and your actions. If you say you're giving, then you will be giving always, not just to your friends or your family. You'll be giving always. You'll have integrity. You'll always do the right thing when no one's watching. You'll always choose the hard right over the easy wrong. Okay? I'll repeat that. You'll always choose the hard right over the easy wrong. You'll also have a vision for yourself. And you'll try and be the best person that you can be. You'll self-actualize. And you'll be the best person that you can be for yourself and for others. That's what the last line says. Oh, I hear you. That's my alarm. Time, you wretch. So yes, the second last line says, for myself, for humanity, and for the world that needs my empathy and action. And I hope that you need to develop yourself first. It's important, as they say in the airline, first put on your own mask before you put on the mask for others. So I hope you will develop yourself first, self-actualize, and then extend all the benefits of all your talents, and all your hard work, and all your wisdom for the benefit of others. You have so much potential. Even at your weakest moments, you must always recognize that you have potential, and that you can overcome your weakness. You can overcome what brings you down, what makes you sad. Once again, while it is a special moment and we will cherish this moment, we'll pat ourselves on the back. We'll be happy for what we have achieved with you thus far. But teachers always nurture students to go much further than they have and for what you are presently. You must stretch your wings and you must have a great flight. Soar high, come down to the ground regularly, but keep your flights always high like an eagle, because there's much that you can do with all that you have inside you. Never doubt that. Once again, on behalf of the management, the staff, all categories of staff and students, and on my own behalf, the very best in the weeks, months and years ahead. God bless.
Thank you, sir, for your address. May your words help our students to make the right choices and so create for themselves a fitting destiny. Parents are a crucial part of any child's life. They are important stakeholders at TGS. They work alongside the school for the benefit of the child and the community. May I request Mr. Rane to please share with us his reflections as a TGS parent.
Good afternoon. Respected principal, coordinators, staff, parents, and my dear friends. It is indeed a pleasure to get a chance to applaud the efforts of the entire team of TGS. Education is not learning about the facts, but it is training the brain to think. In the Gera school, we have seen our children ponder on the why and how questions more than the what and when. The TGS students all sitting here today can be seen much more confident, independent, collaborative than when they joined this institution. It is not only the outcome of what is delivered in the classrooms, but also of the culture which is evident in every corner of the school. From the time you enter the gate till you exit, the warmth is felt in the greetings at the reception, the smiles of the support staff, and the affection of teachers towards students with open-ended discussions. Yes, it is this ambience and environment and the teaching which has built on the emotional etiquettes of our kids. In the apprehensive times of COVID-19, we would like to appreciate the utter dedication and exemplary work done by the teachers and the management of TGS for the smooth and well-managed execution of delivering online classes. After almost 24 months of schooling from home, the task of offline teaching following COVID protocols and yet bringing back the joys of physical school was meticulously planned and executed at TGS. The Gera school not only does justice and innovatively delivers academics, but performs its best in the holistic development of all its students. TGS has taught values to our children in a way that has left a lasting impression. A positive attitude of acceptance has been imbibed in the students, which will take them a long way. The application approach of imparting knowledge makes the study relatable and fun. Accurate identification of strengths and weakness and accurate student-specific feedback provided by the teachers makes it easier for the students to achieve their milestones. We can confidently say that the Gera school is working in the right direction towards achieving its mission by ensuring holistic development of its students and evolving them as self-directed, lifelong learners. Lastly, we would like to congratulate you and wish all the very best to this group of teenagers as you leave the school. You have been trained to be best versions of yourself, and you will continue to amaze us with your ever-widening potential. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rani. It has been a great pleasure having you and ma'am with us. It gives me immense pleasure to call upon Ms. Deirdre Gokhale, our IGCSE coordinator, to share her thoughts with us.
It's truly wonderful to be here today to celebrate the graduation of the class of 2023, 10 of you. Let me at the outset congratulate all of you, and needless to say, this is a moment of joy not just for you, but also for us too. We watched you grow all these months from strength to strength, inspiring everyone along the way. We really know your journey was not an easy one, with all the assignments, the assessments, the deadlines, the projects to be completed, your team project, your individual project, and a lot more. But my dear students, if the mountains were not steep and the climb did not test your resolve, the view would not be such an inspiration. Today you stand at the peak, at the start of a new journey, a new chapter, and we will always be there to support you. We are surely going to miss the 10 of you, and I speak on behalf of the whole school. We will miss you on the cafeteria, the playground, the futsal court, the laboratories, the first floor, and even the water cooler. As we look back, all we can visualize is your teachers making every effort to ensure that you make us proud. Not just with good grades, but making use of all the opportunities given to you and enhancing your life skills developed at the Gera School. Graduation is a day when we celebrate your success and look forward to the impact all 10 of you will make at the local, national, and global level. We have no doubt that you will positively impact the lives of thousands that cross your path, as you have done ours, because you have the determination and the commitment. Last but not the least, I would like to end by saying on behalf of the entire school, students, find meaning in what you do. Be passionate and live your life to your fullest capacity. To the class of 2023, we wish you all the best in your lives and your careers, and make the world a better place for having passed through it. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, ma'am, for your wisdom and guidance. We know our students have benefited greatly from your painstaking efforts to see them through. They owe you a lot. May I now request our principal, Mr. Joseph, to present the scrolls to the first set of our students. Cara Di Mello. Lucius de Almeida. Johan Pereira. Kamath, and Augusta Siam. Thank you, sir. May I now request our IGCSE coordinator to present the scrolls to the second set of our students. Parisha Ahuja, Mantra Tengse, Omkar Rani, Kabir Gadre, and Evan Gudino. Thank you, ma'am. May I request Ms. Aditi Silvera, Ms. Delilah Fernandez, and Mr. Julish Nath to sing a song that tells what it is in all our minds and hearts today.
Saw the light fade from the sky. On the wind we heard a sigh. As the shadows cover our parting brothers, we will say this last goodbye. We will be falling. So when this day, the road is now calling, and you must away over hill and under tree, through lands wherever light is shown, by silver streams that run down to the sea. Under cloud, beneath the stars, along with God, the summer stay. You turn at last to pass that way home. And though the road then takes you, we cannot tell. We came through this way, but now comes the day to bid you farewell. Many places you have been, many triumphs you have seen, but you don't regret, nor must you forget all who took the road with you. Evil may falling, so when this day, the road is now calling, and you must away over hill and under tree, through lands wherever light is shown, by silver streams that run down to the sea. To these memories we will hold, without blessing you will go, to turn at last
Thank you, Ms. Silvera, Ms. Fernandez, and Mr. Now. That was mellifluous and pitch perfect in more ways than one. Grade 10 students, please rise for the pledge.
Let us now pledge. As I stand on the cusp of a new life, looking back with affection and looking forward with courage and hope, I promise to press toward the mark for the high calling of being my true, authentic self, for myself, for humanity, and for the world that needs my empathy and action.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as our young students finish one part of their lives to begin another. I quote the Irish blessing. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of His hand. Students, and now the much awaited moment of exhilaration. Graduates, you may move your tassels from right to left. Now throw your cap high as you enter a new phase of your life. Thank you, one and all. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, we would like to once again thank you for being a part of this memorable afternoon. Grade 10 students, you may now post this. Please escort your parents to the cafeteria.